Hello. Today's discussion is going to be quite controversial, heated and steamy, so please subscribe, you don't want to miss out. So press that button and subscribe. Today we hear that Islam is compatible with European laws and European way of life. A lot of people usually argue this are those who are misinformed, those who've never read the Quran, the Bukhari's, and therefore these people, they like to put everything in one hotspot, this multicultural cesspool of religious cocktail and cultural assimilation. They love it. It turns them on. So the quite popular rhetoric today is that Islam is compatible with Western faith, Western beliefs, Western philosophy. I said, okay, whatever they want to say, I agree. We live in a modern and strange era. To disagree, you're a hater. So I agree. So Islam is actually compatible with the Western world. I agree with that. However, let us now push the boat further out into the sea of this conundrum. A lot of churches now have become open-minded. A lot of Christian churches are embracing LGBT. They're embracing homosexuality, sodomy. In order for Muslims to claim that they are moderate and they can be proud to be an American, they can be proud to be British and French. In order for these Muslims to prove that they can coexist in the Western world and not be compatible, are they going to open the mosque to gays, LGBT, trannies? Will they allow the men and women to worship together? You see, in the West, we're told not to be sexist. We're told there's no division between male and female. So, with these laws, how can Muslims obey Western laws and values without it infringing upon the Sharia law, where male and female are totally different, they don't worship together, etc.? Where does moderate Muslims leave their path and become extremist? It's a very, very thin line. A lot of liberals, they go crazy and everybody can live together, but we can't. Different traditions, different values, different laws and cultures does not permit the races and different cultures and religions to live together. It is impossible. You don't even get black people be able to live together without killing each other. And if black people can't live together without killing each other, what chances is there for Muslims to live in the West with the religion Islam? It's totally impossible. Many Muslims were screaming on this documentary, oh, we can be Muslims and be proud to be British. We can be Muslims and proud to be British. Then please write me a message. How can you be a practicing Muslim and be proud of British history, British legacy, museums, art, culture, laws, without it infringing upon your religion? It's not practical, it's not workable. You cannot serve two masters at the same time. You must love one and hate the other. It's impossible to do justice between them. There's no way you can love light and darkness unless you're playing a game. It's just impossible. You cannot claim that you love Islam, you're a Muslim, you love Muhammad 100%, and yet you are proud to be British, proud to be a French, proud to be American, proud to be European. That does not make sense. It's not logical. Along the way, what you've done, there's a temporary compromise called dawah, and that is to pretend to assimilate, but then you dominate when the time is right. And when that time comes, then obviously you force Islam upon everybody else. I've been watching these programs, and I've always thought to myself, how can you be a practicing Muslim with your religion being what it is, and yet you say you're proud to be British? You don't go to the museums, you don't go to the heritage, you don't go to the arts and culture. You live in your ghettos. You cannot be proud of something when you're separate. You cannot be proud of something when you're not integrated. It does not make sense. You're merely paying lip service. Make yourself look good. But when it comes down to it, your very nature will be in conflict with the British and American and French and European laws and values. Your very nature, your very Sharia law, your Islamic law will be in conflict. Unless you don't mind worshipping the devil, shaitan, unless you don't mind that for your own political interest, or you choose one. As I said before, you can't worship two masters at the same time. You love one or hate the other. To prove you're moderate Muslims, are you prepared to open your arms, your charity, and invite the LGBT? According to the Western world, the LGBT, the gays, the lesbians, they've got so much power to terrorize even the Christian church. Will the government extend that same openness and say to Muslims, prove you are moderate and open your arms to LGBT, gays and lesbians? Because I've noticed the LGBT, they're always giving the church war. They're always attacking the church. Why don't you attack Islam? They claim Muslims are moderate. Jihad don't mean holy war. It means internal struggle. I'm fighting my sins. That's what jihad means, internal struggle. Oh, you're tickling me. Oh. So why do you homosexuals and lesbians, why not target Muslims and see how moderate they really are? Go to their mosque. Your government are claiming that these Muslims are moderate. Your government are claiming that these Muslims are moderate. This is what the liberals are trying to tell you. I agree that these Muslims are moderate. I agree. Now, let's go with our straight hat, our handbag, and let's go to the mosque and see if they accept us. After all, we're proud British, we're proud Americans, we love British values. We can do that and be Muslims at the same time. Really? Please, I'm begging the gay community to go to the mosque and see if you're accepted by these moderate Muslims. I'm begging women to try and worship side by side with these Muslim men bowing down together like a cockroach. I'm asking these women, these feminist women who are attacking every kind of male, I'm asking you, go to the mosque and see if you can bow down with your feminist ideology and your feminist agenda next to these Muslim men. Because according to the West, Muslims are moderate. According to the West. Whatever the West tell me, I accept. I assume you've done your research, you Western government. I assume your most intelligent men, the MI6, MI5, CIA, you do your research. These Muslims are moderate, most of them. I agree. Really? Go to the mosque and see if the women can worship with the men. See if they accept gays, lesbian, trans, queer, bisexual, every kind of filth. See if the Muslims accept it. It's so we won't knock in the church, because you know the church is not going to fight back. They're not going to get their swords. So the church is easy picking, it's easy prey. And most Christians anyway are not really Christians. They're in it for the money. They're counterfeit. I'm going for the meat, the strong meat. Those Muslims who say we won't compromise the Quran, we will not compromise Sharia law, we will not compromise the Baqaris. The Baqaris is the saying and prose of life of their leader Muhammad. Baqaris, from which the Sharia law comes from. You cannot, in my humble opinion, I'm trying to help these Muslims here. You cannot be a proud British American and be a Muslim. Sooner or later, it will affect your way of life. The myth that you have to wear a veil around your face, that in itself shows you a distinction between you and them. If you love Britain, if you love America, why not show your face? Why not practice Islam in your heart? Why does Islam have to be external? It's a contradiction. Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is within you. Isn't that beautiful? If you want to worship God, He is within you. Oh no, when it comes to Muslims, you've got to bow down on public transport, on the park, looking for trouble. Bow down on trains. Looking for trouble. Bow down in schools, bow down in restaurants, in banks, making a statement. You're interfering with Western values and Western culture. If Western world did not allow you to practice your kangaroo religion, would you continue to be proud, to be British, to be American, to be French? If I had my way and I was in government, I would not allow Muslims into the country, because I'd feel sorry for Muslims. They would not be able to practice their religion wholeheartedly. I would want Muslims to stay with Muslims, where they can practice Islam 100%. The only Muslims I would allow over are those who change their religion. They're no longer following Islam. Because then they would not be in conflict of trying to live Western values, Western lifestyle, and try to juggle with Islam. It cannot work. It's like a church pastor telling his congregation to live clean and a holy life. He's sleeping with prostitutes. And always got a tendency for prostitution, and he lives in a red light district. He has to move himself away from the red light district in order to be able to live his life, effectively, to preach and follow what he teaches. Muslims cannot in any way claim they are practicing Islam and yet claim to be proud to be British, proud to be American. That is a lie. That might work on you. It doesn't work on me. Logically, historically, politically, philosophically, it's just impossible. It's just impossible. Let me turn the coin a bit here. Let's turn the coin a bit here. You see, that's one aspect. If I was a Muslim, I know what's happening in Palestine. Palestine was created by the British in 1948. The British, what they did, they took Muslim land and gave it to the Jews. The British, right, took Muslim land and gave it to the Jews. It was stolen. We can imagine somebody going to your house. You own your house, and somebody coming in and say, "Okay, you can't have it now. I'm going to give it to somebody else." You would fight. You would fight. You say, "Stop this! I own this house." If you got common sense, you're going to fight. The hard, which I always try to wrestle my mind with this, is that what part of Muslims are which part is Islamic when they do terrorism, and which one is as a result of what the Western world has done to them, i.e. Palestine. Although Palestine was actually something that Britain did, not America, Britain. But a lot of people forget that. Everything's blamed on Americans. The British was the one who took Palestine from the Muslims. The British. The Muslims seem to hate America. That's how clever Britain is. They're really clever. Throwing a stone, hide their hands, and blame Americans for it. However, if I was a Muslim and I'm seeing what happened in Palestine, etc., we're gonna be honest here. I would not turn around and say, "I'm proud Muslim, proud British, proud American, and they slaughtering my people." And I tell us I'm proud. I'm lying. I'm lying. There's no way. No Muslims see what's happened to their people in Palestine and other Muslim countries, and they say I'm proud to. No, what you mean is you love the passport. You love the passport. You cannot be proud of a country that is subjugating the Palestinian children. You're lying to me. Unless you got nothing inside. So when I say to you that no way that you can be a Muslim and proud of your Britishness or American, it's impossible. It doesn't hold weight. There's too much politics and too much religion involved. Too much politics and too much religion involved. The sun's shining. I'm able to lose myself in the screen here. Why? There's too much politics and too much religion. Let me see if I can move this around. The sun's in my face. Probably better. Okay, and that's the reason why. Better. And that's the reason why. Right? I do not believe that you can be a Muslim and be proud of your British or American or French or even German identity. It does not exist. The politics is too deep. Your religion, your way of life is incompatible. The liberals won't tell you that, because the liberals, well, anybody can promote men having babies, and not all there. I don't take liberals seriously. So, if I was in control, in power, I'm afraid I would not. I know there's contradictions in politics in general, but I would not be foolish to think that you could be Muslim and be proud, of any Western countries you are living in is just impossible. It cannot be done. Sorry.
Can we have the camera? Can we have this camera focusing on all the audience here? Can we have this camera focusing on all the audience? Because every now and then, every time we have a conference, every time we invite a speaker, they always can come with the same accusations. This speaker supports death penalty for homosexuals. This speaker supports death penalty for this crime or that. He is homophobic. They subjugate women, etc., etc., etc. It's the same old stuff coming all the time. And we always try to tell them, I always try to tell them that, look, it's not that speaker that we're inviting who has these extreme radical views, as you say. These are general views that every Muslim actually has. Every Muslim believes in these things. Just because they're not telling you about it, or just because they're not out there in the media, doesn't mean they don't believe in them. So I will ask you, everyone in the room, how many of you are normal Muslims? You're not extremists, you're not radical, just normal Sunni Muslims. Please raise your hands. Everybody, mashallah, subhanallah. Okay, take down your hands again. How many of you agree that men and women should sit separate? Please raise your hands.
Sisters in particular.
Everyone agree. Everyone agree. Brothers and sisters. Subhanallah. So it's not just these radical sheikhs then. Allahu Akbar. Next question. How many of you agree that the punishments described in the Quran and the Sunnah, whether it is death, whether it is stoning for adultery, whatever it is, if it is from Allah and His Messenger, that is the best punishment ever possible for humankind, and that is what we should apply in the world. Who agrees with that? Allahu Akbar. Are you all radical extremists? Subhanallah. So all of you are saying that you are common Muslims, you all go to the different masajid Norway, or are you like a specific sect, like the Islam net sect or anything like that? Are you like that? No. Are you like that? Please raise your hand if you're like this extreme Islam net sect or anything like that. No one. Allahu Akbar. How many of you just go to these normal masajids in Norway, the normal Sunni mosques? Please raise your hands. Allahu Akbar. So what's the politicians gonna say now? What's the media gonna say now? That we're all extremists? We're all radicals? We need to deport all of us from this country? Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Takbir! Takbir! Takbir!